Welcome to the exciting and new podcast. This is a mini. I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Brian, with special guest
Dave.
Dave.
Welcome,
Wow.
Dave.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
I am a joke. That's okay.
How do we know Dave?
I work with Dave.
Oh, okay.
I've worked with Dave almost 10 years now.
Jesus.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Have you not killed him yet? We do a podcast with him once a
Real
week.
quick,
and it's-
do you watch the 100?
I do not.
He's on
It
our
is a
side.
horrible show.
He's on our side.
Hey.
He's one of us.
One of us.
One of the kids at our job, Jason, my job, started listening to our podcast the other day. It just so happened to be the one that you posted from
Yeah, our very first
our
mini.
previous that you never posted. And at the beginning, I'm making fun of the 100. And so whatever, I hooked him up with the podcast. There it is. I walked away. I came walking back through the office like 10 minutes later. He's like, "You don't like the 100?" I was like, "Oh, what are we talking about that?" And so then we had a discussion about the 100.
We've been talking about the 100 now for 2 years.
But he wants
It
to
gets
come
brought
on.
up a lot on this podcast.
He wants to
It
come
does.
on and defend the 100's honor. I said, "You can't come on for that, or you have to at least watch an old movie too and come on for the movie podcast portion of it too." Like Logan always wanted to just come on
Was it
for
poster?
the mini,
Yeah.
but we made him watch a movie first.
And he had fun, I think. Got to have him back on. We also have to have your other son on.
Yeah, Daniel's living in the house now, so he's got to come back on too.
Let's talk about things we've watched recently. Brian, why don't you go first?
Get the shit out of the way first.
So, this was a 20 episode arc. So 70 minutes each episode, 20 episodes.
That is a lot.
Yeah, it has been a lot.
One season? That's 20
One
episodes? Okay.
one season. It should be done. I don't think it's coming back.
And you just watched this since the last time we talked.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks though.
It has
That's
been
like
2
that's
weeks,
like
but-
50
That's
hours.
another
of,
job.
That's like 50 hours of television.
You
you
just gave us
talked about.
140.
Christine watched it, too.
1,400 hours, wasn't it?
That's why Christine never comes and talks to us at lunch anymore, because she's probably her head's all filled up with like Korean now.
She could be. But this one's called Rookie Historian Gu Hyung
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's the one with all the Koreans.
Yes. Yes, it is.
That one.
You watched that one, right?
Is that the one with Bellamy?
Are you a Korean guy too?
That's the one with Bellamy.
Bellamy's not
Bill
in
Bellamy?
that.
I don't know. He said a picture of Bellamy.
Bellamy's in the 100.
Oh, Bill Bellamy?
No.
Bill DeVoe?
Bellamy's
Bill
his first
DeVoe
name.
Bellamy?
That girl's poison.
Do you want to hear about the show?
No.
No.
I just wanted to get you out of the way so we could go talk about the stuff we like.
So the show's about this 4 women who in the Joseon era of Korea in early 1800s.
Uh-huh.
Could you explain that, please?
Yeah, could you break down the early 1800s?
Is that like colonial America at the same time?
There's an emperor of Korea. At the
They had women then?
They did. But they were, second-class citizens, whatever. But
I'm sure
anyway,
they're doing much better now.
the historians record whatever the king and the princes say. They're historians. So it's to keep the king in check so he doesn't go say anything crazy or do anything crazy.
Man, we should
And they-
institute that here.
I know. They hired 4 women, first-time women, so they could record.
first time woman? So this was the first time they were ladies?
No, first time they hired women.
And they hired 4 at
They
once?
hired 4, yeah.
Man, that's jumping in
That's
with
probably
both
because they
feet.
figured we're going to kill 3.
And one of them, like the lead, Gu Harang Yu Ru, she got.
Did you
put
just
in-
keep adding syllables there?
I think he hiccuped.
I don't know how to say her name.
Extra
Bless you.
syllables.
They said her name 10,000 times during the show, and I
happens.
don't know it.
That's why it was 20 hours long.
Yes. But she got put in with the young prince, the younger prince, who turns out, spoiler alert,
Nobody cares.
he was
No one's
the
listening.
first son of the dethroned king, and there was all this intrigue and whatnot. It was very
You
good.
watched this one with Christine?
Christine came in when I was on episode 5 and watched 5,
So you don't
6,
even
and
wait
7.
for her. You just keep going.
I know I was mad at her for doing that because then all of a sudden she's watching it.
And what's going on? Who's this person?
And
What's
now
that? What's
I'm
this?
trying
What's
to
that?
watch it in the living room, and she's like, "What episode is that? What episode is that?" And I'm like, "This is why I don't want you watching my shows when I'm watching them, because you freak out when you see it on the."
Yeah, well, if you're watching it together, I don't see why she wouldn't freak out.
Well, the best thing is you, if you're not reading, you have no idea what's going on because you can't understand Korean. So she can be in the room, she just can't look at the screen. So
That's
Dave.
Wait,
Dave, what are you
why
watching,
can't she
man?
look at the screen?
Because then it'll spoil what's going on.
Oh, did she have to go back and start at episode 1 or whatever?
Yeah, she went to
back-
start episode. And she finished it too, and she started way after me.
Poor Christine. She's like a kept woman. I feel like she's every once in a while I hear her like banging out Morse code at her desk. Like
Yes, me.
S.
Listen,
and you see it in her
if
eyes.
there's a battered spouse, it's me.
You see it in her eyes sometimes, though.
You don't even cut your own lawn. Your wife cuts your lawn. What are you talking about? You
And
don't
this
do
is-
any physical.
This was
He
addressed on the
watches-
other
he watches
podcast too that I'm trying to
Brian
cut.
has a delicate heart condition.
I do. Oh yeah. I have a heart condition.
That doesn't stop you from drinking 16% Japanese alcohol.
Good call.
It's Korean.
It's
alcohol.
Korean.
Korean
It's
alcohol, sorry.
Korean.
Yeah, we try not to startle him at work.
Are you a startle away from dropping?
Are you a cheeker?
Because if you are
Probably.
Cheeker?
a cheeker,
Bupkis?
oh, Bupkis.
I haven't watched
Good
Bupkis
show.
yet.
We just finished. I finished Bupkis. Are you
Yeah,
finished?
I finished it a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
I just finished it the other day. Good show. I recommend it.
Is
highly
it Korean?
recommend.
No, it's not.
Well,
it stars
It's
a bunch
Staten
of,
Island, actually.
It actually stars a
Oh,
bunch of
it's
celebrities
just as
like
bad.
The Korea of New York.
I think it's the farthest.
Edie Falco, Joe Pesci, Pete Davidson,
What was she
a whole
in?
bunch of other comedians. She
Edie
was,
Falco. She's Carmela Soprano.
she was also in that Nurse
And Jackie, yeah.
right? Nurse Jackie.
You didn't know who that was?
No, he doesn't know a lot.
I think Staten Island's the exact opposite of Korea.
The John
like, it's
Mulaney
the farthest
episode-
away that you can get from. Oh, the John
That was
Mulaney
really
episode
good.
was really good.
That was
yeah.
really good. But everybody's in there. There's a bunch of people. Keenan was really funny in
Oh,
it.
that's right. Hey, he was in it too. Yeah, it's a good show.
Keenan Thompson.
And it's on
might be-
Peacock, but it's
Yeah.
free, right?
It's free. You watch
like
the
a commercial at the beginning
every
and the end or something
15
like that.
minutes or so.
I guess I could do that.
Yeah.
How come you're not drinking?
I just
He just
my
finished
beer,
it.
dude.
That was
Oh,
full.
man.
All right. Okay.
Dave,
Fuck.
you're new here, Dave. Tell us what you're watching.
It's going to be kind of boring, but
Oh no.
Ted Lasso.
Oh no, that's not boring. I love Ted Lasso. I actually finished it.
Three
but-
people
Yeah.
at this table like Ted Lasso.
Yeah. I'm so excited for Ted Lasso.
I would say that's probably top 5
Yeah,
shows I've
goddamn
ever
I
watched.
love it, man.
Spill
I love it. Did you finish it? Did you
Yes,
finish season 3?
we finished it. My wife and I finished it. I have a hard time watching things without my wife.
Well, you know what? I am in the similar situation with you.
Yeah, because what I'll do is if she goes to bed and I'm not gonna, I don't really watch TV after she goes to bed. I go play on the computer
Okay.
or my Xbox or watch hockey.
Do you guys sleep in the same room?
Yes, and the same bed.
Oh,
As a matter
wow.
of fact,
My God.
different covers.
It's not like Ricky and Lucy. I have a list, an ever-growing list of shows that I have to watch by myself because my wife won't watch them. Like we'll watch the first 1 or 2, and she's like, "Nah."
I'm out.
So I'm like, "Damn!" Like now I got to add that to the list. But yeah. So I'm
But
I'm
you
like
don't
though. I
kick
gotta-
your wife out of the room if she like comes in the room.
No,
when
usually
she's
I'll
watching a
come
show.
down here and watch it by myself. But it's been a long time since I've done that. The last thing I think I did that for was Star Trek: Strange New World season 1, and that's coming back tomorrow, season 2.
Yeah, I'm
Very
excited,
excited
for
for
that.
that.
Yeah.
I get sucked into stuff my wife is watching though.
Oh, see that I do not do. Yeah.
She got me watching Firefly Lane. I don't know if you guys are.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one on Netflix.
Firefly Lane.
If you want to cry,
No, oh,
watch
no.
Firefly
No.
Lane.
I cry too
I
easily
bawled
anyway.
my eyes out. I'm not ashamed.
It
to
sounds
say.
like something like that would be.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I certainly won't watch that with
like
my
a
wife.
Korean show.
She'll make fun of me.
that and I watch regular TV, but lately it's been old '80s movies. I've been
Okay.
watching. This weekend I watched
You fit right in on
Lethal
this
Weapon.
podcast.
Nice. Lethal Weapon.
It's not '83, but
Yeah, a little later, but
Lethal Weapon. What did we just watched Big again?
I just saw Big the other day too. It was on AMC.
Yeah,
Good-
that's
was
where I
fun.
watched it. Yeah,
It was a fun rewatch. Big.
It's a good movie.
Elizabeth
That is a
Perkins,
good
a little
movie.
creepy, but all right.
Oh yeah, she did get a little creepy at the end because she's like, she thought
She
about
knew
going
he
with
was
him.
13.
She thought about going with him.
Someone pointed out to me yesterday that Indiana Jones was 25 and Marion Ravenwood was 15 when they broke up.
Wow.
So Indiana Jones is actually a pedophile.
It also
It's
works
like,
out
damn.
to where George Jetson, the way it's worked out, he's like 40 years old. If you take the years from when the Jetsons was on in the 60s, it was like 2040 something.
Okay.
And George Jetson was 40. And it turns out that his wife would have been 16 at the time having the daughter.
Wow.
So
Oh,
it worked out
okay.
to where he was with an underage. Yeah.
That's the
I thought that was
future.
fun.
But was he underage also, or was he 40 at the
He was
time?
40, yeah.
And she was 16?
Yeah.
Judy, is that the wife?
Daughter, no, it's Jane.
Jane. She's 24 years younger than
I
him.
may have it wrong.
Damn.
She was hot.
The exact numbers I may have wrong, but it's around that.
Back when I
Wait,
had
when did she
juice,
have?
I spilled a
When did
bit.
she have Judy?
I guess when
How
when
old
she
was
was
she then?
She was 16 when she had the kid.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
man.
That's how it worked out.
Damn,
yeah.
she was like a junior in high school, maybe even a sophomore. George, man, not cool. I watched in the last couple weeks, since it's been a while. I watched a couple movies. I watched John Wick 3
Never saw it.
because I saw the preview for John Wick 4, and I was like, "Damn!" I'm like, I still haven't watched 3, so I
Did
watched.
that come
3.
out already too? Didn't
Yeah,
that come
4's out.
already?
Yeah. But I watched 3. So good. I mean, the plot is as thin as a piece of paper. He's on the run now because of something he did in part 2. So there's a billion people trying to kill him, and
That
I
the one with
like John Wick.
Lawrence
Never saw it.
Fishburne's in it.
Pretty
Lawrence
good.
Fishburne's in it. Halle
Nothing
Berry's
against
in it.
Just never.
One,
think-
if you watch any of them, watch one.
Was Sean Bean in it? I think Sean Bean was in it. Yeah, it's great.
And
It's-
Sean Bean must have died.
Spoiler. Wait, actually, did he not die? I can't even remember now if he
Is this one
actually
of
did
his-
die.
is this one of his few that he did?
As soon as he popped up in it, I was like, well, he's going to die. And I think after he didn't die, I was like, oh, Sean Bean didn't die. That's funny. But yeah, John Wick 3. Good
Rosie,
movie.
whatever. Was she in 2
She was,
or 3?
she was in
They're all
2.
good.
She's
Oh,
not in
okay.
this one. Yeah.
Okay.
Rosie.
Greer?
No. The girl that was in the Meg 2 and
what was
the
her
Meg
name?
also. But
Batwoman.
Wait, there's a second
Batgirl.
Meg?
no, I
There is a second-
changed-
There is a
I-
second
There is a
Meg.
I
second
changed
Meg.
the
that's what I'm
Meg
saying.
also.
But there is a second Meg.
Yeah.
movie
Has it
coming
come out yet?
I don't think it came out yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching that.
I watched a movie recently. It's also streaming on Peacock
Oh,
for free. Renfield.
Oh.
The new Nicolas Cage movie.
I watched that as well.
I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it was really fun. A lot of fun.
Oh,
So, no,
Renfield.
yeah.
I didn't, but I think
I know who
Connor
Nicolas
saw it.
Cage is. Yes.
I know you know, but did you see it? I was asking if you
No,
saw
I
it.
have not seen it.
I believe Connor saw that. Connor.
Yeah,
Brady.
Connor and
Connor
I
did,
talked
yeah.
about it at work. My grade is leagues higher than his because
He takes everything too serious.
well, he doesn't like Aquafina.
yeah, that's right. He didn't like her.
He
yeah.
said he didn't like it because of that. I thought it was great. I had so much fun watching that movie.
I thought, it, like I said, you take that plot, it makes no sense in a lot of places, but there's a lot of fun and just I enjoyed it. I like Aquafina.
I like
that helps.
Awkwafina,
I
That
like
helps,
her too.
So
We
But-
actually just watched Crazy Rich Asians too.
Okay, yeah, she's great.
I haven't
That's a
seen
great-
that
That's
one
a great
yet,
movie.
but I did see she was good in Shang-Chi.
Yep.
I thought she was good in that as well.
And she was in damn.
And
It was
Nora
right there on
from
the-
Queens is
Nora
pretty
from
funny.
Queens.
Nora from
Comedy.
Queens.
Oh.
She's half Korean.
Ocean's 8.
That's right. Yeah. I didn't see that. It was,
So you'll watch half of her shows.
Yes.
I didn't even know she was half. I thought she was full.
Oh, maybe. I know. I think she's half Chinese because in Nora from Queens, remember she goes to China with Bowen Yang.
You're right. You're right.
her grandmother.
Was that a
is
real-
Really
Her
funny.
grandmother is great.
Is that a biography?
It's like kind of based on. Yeah, no, Renfield was so much fun. I thought that was a great
Nicholas
movie.
Holt's in
People
it.
have been shitting all over that movie. I'm like, dude, people just not like having fun.
That movie is extremely gory in a fun way.
Oh.
It's gory, but in a real fun way. I don't think it's too sickening, right? The gore.
No, it's
It's
cartoonish.
like it's almost cartoonish. Yeah,
It's
like pulling arms off
and then
stuff like
using
that.
those as projectiles. It was fun. I started 2 shows in the time that we've last seen each other. Season 2 of From. which
From
is-
what?
From
From where?
from this town, this creepy town.
From who?
From and it's on MGM Plus now. Last season was on Epix. I think Epix got bought or
MGM Plus is a thing.
Yeah,
it's
I never
the one
heard
that,
of that.
Amazon started as their own streaming service to not
Is that free?
To compete with Amazon?
compete with to be another streaming service. Yeah, but this is Michael from Lost is the only person that I know in this. And
Harold Perrineau.
yeah. I was like, what? Who's that? Yeah, that's him.
Wait, Walt's dad?
Yes, Walt's dad. Yep. So he's the only guy through 2 seasons now. He's still the only guy that I know. Every time someone shows up, I'm like, damn, I don't know who any of these people are. But it's sci-fi, it's horror,
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
it's really good. And
What show is this again?
It's called From. 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 And basically the plot
From what?
is who's on first? The plot is there's this town, middle America, that you can't get out of. Once you get in it, you can't get out of. You always try to leave and you end up back there. It's like a loop or there's a tree in the road or you just can't get out. I got a cough. Sorry.
We need cough buttons.
Yeah, we didn't.
I certainly need it. So you can't get out of this town. And at night, you must be inside, or there's these like vampire zombie type monsters that come out at night, and they take the form of like a regular person, and they'll come up to the window and start knocking on it and be like, Brian, open the door.
This sounds like a show I would
Why aren't
like.
you opening the door? And as soon as you open the door, it comes in and like, rah, it kills you. So these people are stuck in this town. They can't get out. These monsters come out at night. They're trying to figure out like what's going on in the
come out
town.
at night.
Yeah. So it's really good. It's
freaks
and it's
come
actually
out
like
at night.
there's been times where I've been actually not scared, but like certainly like on the edge of my seat, like, oh my God, like,
I'm scared.
what's going to happen here? Like, ooh, it's tingly, a little tingly.
Wow.
So I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's nothing that I didn't want to watch. It.
Yeah.
I just never got around to it.
I recommend it. I don't know if season 3 has been picked up yet or not, but season 2 is
What is it on?
good. MGM Plus
MGM Plus. Oh boy.
or my Fire Stick, which is where I'm watching it.
Something else that I've watched. The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. It's a documentary.
Oh.
This documentary, it's on Max. It was done by Investigative Discovery originally. It's 6 episodes. It's about a family. They already have a couple kids. And they're going to adopt this 6-year-old girl from the Ukraine. And she has like this form of like dwarfism and like some sort of like spinal issues and everything. So she's got all kinds of issues. She's 6 years old and she gets adopted by this family. So the family has her for the first day. And the first day, the wife yells for the husband, come here, come here, come here. And he goes over to her.
Now, this is a documentary. This is being
documentary,
filmed
yeah.
like this is not a docudrama.
They're
This
talking
is
to the people that were
Okay,
there.
okay.
Yeah. And then they said that she called them over and she called them over. And the reason she called them over is this 6-year-old girl had full pubic hair. They're like, she's not 6 years old, you know? And then a few weeks later, she had a period. This girl had a period.
This
6
sounds
years
like
old.
that show, that movie Orphan, where the little like
the movie Orphan's based off of this.
Oh,
real,
get the
this is
fuck
the real
outta here.
thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
It's
All right.
Orphan's loosely based off of
loosely
this. Yeah.
based. Yes,
I see Brian
Loosely
taking notes over here.
I don't want to go too much further in. It's 6 episodes. I want you guys to watch it.
Really?
This way, yeah, so we could talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. They're only
All
like
right.
40 minutes long each episode. The father in this, he puts on such a show. This guy is like such a showman. Everything he says, you want him to talk more. This guy's
interesting.
nuts. It's fucking
What's it?
crazy.
Curious Case of Benjamin Button?
The Curious Case of Natalia Grace.
Wow.
Natalia Grace.
I watched that.
I mean, I guess like they get into it, but why would a family take on that kind of?
They had another
burden?
kid that had some sort of issues as
Okay.
well, and they thought that she would fit in. If they didn't, and they kind of made it like they wanted to adopt somebody. They lost that adoption, and then adoption came up, and they said you got to act on it immediately,
Ooh,
and that
wow.
was so.
Buyer beware.
One thing they take this girl, they get her to court, they go through all this shit. The courts change her age. It's insane.
wow.
And then she gets put into
I've seen Orphan.
She gets put into an apartment complex by herself, but she's really only like 9 years old.
Damn.
And she's left to be by herself. And she's like a dwarf and like has these issues. It's insane.
She's Ukrainian. They're kind of tough.
The only other show I want to talk about real quick, I don't remember if I talked about it the last time we podcast, but Silo
Oh,
with
yeah.
Rebecca Ferguson and Rashida Jones and
I got more stuff to talk.
Tim Robbins and Will Patton, who you might remember from Armageddon. He was Bruce Willis' best friend in Armageddon.
Don't care.
Great show. Post-apocalypse. They live in this silo, and to say it's a silo is not doing it. I mean, this thing is a massive structure where there's like
You want to go all the way down the other
there's
side?
hundreds of stories, and people. I think 10,000 people live in this silo, and
Echo on there. You could have made his voice echo.
and no one,
Oh, yeah.
no one can leave. It's you're in this place, and that's it. And it's basically a murder mystery.
I
done
saw
in
one
this thing.
episode.
Oh, did you watch
and it
the
made
first
me
or the
no, it was
eighth?
like in the middle.
Yeah, why do you watch a middle fucking episode?
Carrie
dude?
was watching it, and I was in the room, and I was just doing. I was on the computer, probably editing this, and I
Don't blame them.
I stopped.
You're the reason, like when ratings used to be a thing, and they all of a sudden you'd see a spike in the ratings, like in the 7th episode of a season. I'm like, who's picking this show up in the middle of a season? It's people
you.
like you.
It made me want to watch it though. Like I'm
it's
going to go
really,
back
really
and
good.
watch it.
Every episode ends on like that kind of like, oh my God, I can't wait till the next episode. But it's it's weekly. So we've been watching, it's on Apple TV. So it's been coming out weekly. So it's like,
And Apple kicks ass
Oh,
too.
Apple's just putting all kinds of great.
Apple is the new HBO because HBO can,
Well, HBO changed the name
Pound
too many
sand.
times now.
well,
It's like
I can't even find it now. They changed their color. It's
I had a couple
purple.
more shows to talk about
Okay.
though. I recently did a rewatch of The Benchwarmers. It was fun. David Spade,
love that
John
movie.
Lovitz. Yeah. And I started a rewatch of Taxi. I am now watching Taxi from season 1 all the way
Damn.
through. Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm in the middle of the Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary on Netflix. I watched the first episode. I'm in the middle of the second episode.
Fubar?
No, the documentary. There's a,
It's just called
there's a 3-part
yeah.
documentary called Arnold. Yeah, but I did see Fubar out there. Did you watch that?
No.
Is that a separate Arnold documentary?
No, it's a
or-
movie.
No,
Or a
it's
show.
actually
It's
a show.
series, yeah.
I
I haven't. I was going to check it out. I don't know if anybody's seen it though. I was waiting to hear if somebody had
actually saw the first 2 episodes of It's Always Sunny. So
of the season
Of the
or
season-
the first
the new
season.
season.
I've watched the first 2 episodes
Of the new
Oh,
season.
Yeah.
I've
Very
seen that,
funny.
yeah, it was good.
I've been doing
Frank shoots the gang.
I've been doing an Always Sunny rewatch. I'm just at the beginning of season 4.
Frank shoots the gang is the latest episode, and that was fun.
Oh my God, Danny DeVito, man, he's a national treasure. They got so lucky getting him.
And I saw that Rhea Perlman is going to be on this season,
She is
and they've
gonna
been
be
like
on season.
Oh, then maybe
separated
I
for
saw
10
that one.
years.
No, she hasn't been on yet, but she's.
Then
gonna
I
be
saw
on.
that I saw it last night. I
Yeah.
didn't realize I was watching a new episode
Yep.
because they went to her house and she opened the door.
Oh, wait a second. The 3rd episode's out?
I think it aired last night.
I don't know. I saw an
Oh.
episode last night. It was just on FXX, and I didn't know it was new. So, but Rhea Perlman
It was
was
either
in
on
it.
last night or it's tonight. I can't remember. I don't know what date.
Well, it was on last night in my
What's today?
house.
Thursday. It probably was last night. Yeah.
I can't even remember now. Oh my God. Dee had like half her face was paralyzed. Oh my God. I love her so much.
Dee got shot in the face
Sweet
when
Dee.
Frank shot her. Frank shot her in the face, right?
He did.
You got any more shows that you guys watched, or
No.
Brian, no more Korean nonsense.
No.
then I guess I'm just going to tell everybody to go to Spreaker and download and subscribe to our podcast everywhere else. Give us a rate and review, all those good things. We're an exciting and new podcast everywhere you get your podcasts. I'm The Jazoo over there on Instagram, Jazoo74 on Twitter. I'm Jason. This has been the exciting and new mini podcast.
AE Gonzo 1 on Twitter, AE Gonzo 1970 on Instagram. I'm Andy.
And I'm Brian, Papa Bad Kitty.
And I'm Dave. I don't have a Twitter.
Or an
Better,
Instagram.
you're better off for it. My MySpace account, however, is